Hi everybody and welcome. Cali Rose here. This is a play-along video. We're learning the simplified and shorter version of Staveleigh, one of my original ukulele instrumentals. And it's from my album, Looking Glass. And I gotta tell you, the songs on this album are so pretty. Thank you for purchasing the sheet music. Please check out the YouTube description box for online links to the album and more sheet music. I've also included the first 8 measures of Staveleigh on this video. Heads up, we're in the key of C. I'm playing it very, very slowly, and it will be followed by a short tutorial where I share some ideas about adding fancies to this arrangement so you can make it your own. 1, 2, 3. Looking at the first 8 measures of Staveleigh, let me show you some tricks that I use to fancy things up. First of all, with my right hand, I'm moving into the finger-picking position that I really like. Each finger has its own dedicated string, except for the baby finger. And that means, for example, when I play something on the A string, I'll use my ring finger. When I play something on the E string, I'll use my middle finger. With my left hand, I make the chord and I hold it in place because I know that the spelling of that chord, the 4 notes that make up that chord, I can use for fancies without having to do anything more with my left hand than hold the chord shape in place. Let's talk about adding a little extra note here and there to the arrangement and focusing in on the first 2 measures of Staveleigh. It's written like this. And you'll notice in the first measure there is a little extra space. 1, 2, 3, space. Well, space is good in a song. It helps the music breathe. It lets the audience catch up with you. But it's also an opportunity for you to add something fancy and make the song your own. So what we're going to do, instead of that space, we're going to play another note. And remembering that I'm keeping the chord form down. That means each one of these strings I can use for a fancy without having to do anything extra with my left hand. So I'm going to add the A string, and it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. Now here's with the space. Space with that A string. And you can use any of the strings, and I hope you will experiment to see what works for you. Now moving on to the next two measures, we're making an F chord. And we have that space thing happening again. Let me show you. As it's written is 1, 2, 3, space. Well, I'm going to use the A string again to fill that in. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. Here's with the space and with the note. And find another note that you might like better. The next two measures, we're going back to a C chord. Same idea, we have a little space there. Let's see how we can fill it in. 2, 3. That time I used my G string to fill that in. Now we have two measures of G7. Space, space. Boy, that first measure, we got a lot of space. 2 beats, that's a lot. Space, space. Well, what if we add 2 notes like this? 1, 2, 3. What if we play 2 strings at the same time? So you can see how you can mess around with this stuff. Now here's another idea for fancying up this song, and it's just a straight finger picking pattern that we can exchange for certain notes in the arrangement or even whole measures. And also with this finger picking pattern, that can come in handy when we're playing a song and we get lost, lose our place. Don't stop playing, just finger pick and keep smiling. This is what the pattern looks like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. The overall picture is going south, making a U-turn, coming almost all the way north again. So let's try this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now let's play the first 8 measures of Staveleigh. And what I'm going to do is swap out the 2 measures of G7 and just finger pick them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Finger pick. Well, hello again. And speaking of finger picking, you know, if a chord melody feels overwhelming, that is okay. You can start off with just finger picking through this entire song, and it's going to sound really, really pretty. And another thing you can try out is a duet with one of your new best friends. And one of you strums, and the other one picks out the melody, and then you trade places. It's so fun to do that. And, you know, the ukulele is about joy. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and happy strumming.